welcome. I'm Nira Berry, your host of Happy and Healthy, where we explore and discover all the many ways of keeping you feeling happy and healthy. And don't forget to watch my Good to Know segment at the end of each show. So today, I'm going to be speaking to you with my guest today, who is all about enriching our lives with arts and music. And so please welcome my guest, Monica Jeffries Hazangeles, the president of Strathmore.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me as a guest.
Oh, I'm so glad that you're here. I can't wait to hear all the good stuff you're going to tell us. So tell me, how did you get involved with Strathmore and what inspired you about it?
Oh, it's a fantastic place. I got there via a rather traditional route. Actually, I answered an ad in the Washington Post for a special events coordinator. I had been working in the arts for several years and came to this region for graduate school. And so I was looking for a job after graduate school and applied to Strathmore.
And you've been there how many years?
This is my 23rd year.
Wow. Yeah. So 23 years. So, you definitely really enjoy the environment, I'm sure.
Very much so. Very much.
So tell me a little bit about Strathmore. What is it?
It is, in my estimation, a home for the arts. It's where you can come to get closer to the arts. And it's a welcoming place. We have an historic mansion on site. It's a public-private partnership with Montgomery County. The county owns the facilities and the grounds, and our nonprofit organization operates them as the county's arts center.
Wow. One of the things when I spoke to you before, you mentioned that you're really in the business of creating goosebump moments.
We are.
And I love the way that you captured that, because when you think about that, it's
you immediately know what that means.
Yes,
right?
yeah. So can you give me some examples of some of the things that are offered that people can enjoy?
Of course. We have a little something for everybody. And we like saying that we create goosebump moments because it is so immediately recognizable. And you know what that feeling is when you're in the middle of a fantastic performance or witnessing an art exhibition that you're really connected to. And so you can see visual art exhibitions in the mansion. If you're a music lover, we have a wide range of lively and diverse concerts in our 2,000-seat concert hall. We also have an intimate music room in the mansion, the historic building on site. And we've opened recently, just in the last 2 years, a small nightclub at Pike and Rose called AMP by Strathmore. So there's a little something for everybody, family or arts lovers, the budding artist in your family. Just come out and try us.
It sounds like there's so much, and I want to get into that and to hear about all the different things. But just in general, what makes Strathmore stand out from all the other places that are available? And are there places that are available that have offerings like Strathmore?
Oh, sure. We've got wonderful colleagues in the region. But I think some of the things that distinguish us from our peers in the neighborhood is that we have so many ways to get up close and personal with artists. We bring our audience member and our patron really close to the arts and those who are making the arts. So you can sit in a very intimate space in the mansion and listen to a classical artist, for instance, and you'll have an opportunity to speak to that artist immediately after the performance. In the concert hall, one of the things that makes it so wonderful is that the architect created it in a way that everybody in the hall can see each other's faces while they're enjoying the performance. And there's just nothing like that. And that to me brings goosebump moments to me.
It wouldn't even occur to me to think about that as being something that's important. And
it's such a personal experience, exactly. When you're watching a dance performance or listening to music, and how that's making you feel is reflected, I think, in your face and in your gestures and your posture and your excitement. And getting to witness everyone else in that moment really is, to me, what the experience of the arts is. I think you have to be in community with people in order to fully appreciate what's happening.
Yeah, it's like almost like a group experience. experience.
That's
where
right.
all the energy is felt at the same time. And
Exactly.
wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
So I know that Strathmore is really dedicated to its artists,
Yes.
and you bring in amazing artists. So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we're dedicated in a few different ways. One, certainly to presenting world-class artists from all over. They range wildly and include the Boston Pops Orchestra. You might see Palabolis, the dance group. We've got Canadian Brass on the next season. We have Sergio Mendes coming, a little bit of everything.
Wow.
And we also...
You can name drop.
We just had Tony Bennett too this past spring, so it ranges wildly,
Tony Bennett.
very diverse.
It sounds like you get some really big acts and really big names, and I've heard you mention also that sometimes people, when they experience, even people that are initially unknown, that they'll say, "Oh, I remember when I saw them, years ago."
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We love for people to create memories at Strathmore, and that happens in lots of different ways. They might be seeing one of our artists in residence who are just at the beginning of their career and might have a fantastic show at AMP, and they'll say, "Oh, I remember when."
Yeah.
Right after we opened the concert hall in 2005, we presented Karen Akers, a wonderful Broadway star, and the lights actually went out in the middle of the show, and I still have people stop me and say, "I was there that night," because remarkably,
I was there then.
and remarkably, she just kept singing right there in the dark, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
But that, again, is coming from that communal experience. Everybody will remember being there together when something like that occurs.
Yeah, that's really something like especially when you first see an artist that's just at the beginning of their star rising. And obviously, you really know how to pick the artists that come.
We have a great team who does a lot of research. They're always listening to performances around town. They might travel to festivals. They get tips from other artists about who's up and coming. We have a lot of mentor artists in the area that we work with, and they all the time are giving us good ideas about who to watch and who to listen for in the future.
Oh, that's really good to know. And I know that you said that it's like a communal experience, and it really does build community, right, when you share that?
We think so.
Yeah.
We have families who've been coming to our Live from the Lawn outdoor concerts for decades now. And it's so great to run into them summer after summer.
I'm
Wonderful.
one of those families, yeah, when my kids are little, yeah.
That's terrific. We love that people make memories there.
Yeah, oh, that's wonderful. That really is wonderful. And I know that, as you mentioned, that you really look for artists from all over. I know you have acts that are, some of them are international,
Yes.
and you bring them in, from all over, right?
That's right.
National.
Most of the popular or more commercial artists are on tour, and so we're very fortunate to get many of them at the concert hall coming internationally. We have a very international and world music focused season coming up this next season, and so we've got Sergio Mendes, as I mentioned, and Lila Downs, and we've got Arturo O'Farrell coming, so a little bit from every corner of the world, I think.
Wow. So, what do you think would be something surprising for somebody that doesn't really know about Strathmore that much? Maybe just know a little bit. What would be something surprising for them to find out?
Oh, so many things. Two things that I'll highlight.
Okay.
We present concerts every year for every second and every fifth grader in Montgomery County Public Schools. That's 20,000 children that we bring to a concert every year at the concert hall. And something else surprising is that we also work with Walter Reed and Fort Belvoir in helping returning servicemen and women explore their interests in the arts. And so we've had poetry programs and songwriting workshops and individuals learning an instrument for the first time, anything that helps them see things in a new way, helps them heal and become more of the whole person that they're intended to be.
Interesting. Do you have an example of maybe one of the soldiers from Walter Reed that what they've done?
Well, we've certainly had many come to the mansion in the music room in the mansion and present their original poetry. And I think that is just such an intimate and vulnerable way to explore their feelings and to be learning how to write about them and then speak about them in public, I imagine is a very transformative experience for them.
Sounds very therapeutic. And some of them you said learn instruments as well?
That's right. We have a couple of our artists in residence who actually visit servicemen and women at Walter Reed and at Fort Belvoir and help teach them how to play guitar and other instruments.
Oh, that's very nice. So, you know, as far as the type of programs that you have, I know that you really try to make it very diverse and to attract, you know, diverse patrons.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Absolutely. We want what's on stage at Strathmore to really reflect our county and our community. And as you know, we're one of the most diverse communities in the country, I think. And so we pay a great deal of attention to our local communities to tell us who the rising artists are. You could come and see an artist from Iran on stage and the whole audience will be speaking Persian. You might come and see a Chinese artist, and again, everybody there is from that community. We also like to make sure that our neighbors are learning from each other and about the different cultures and traditions in the community. And so we might invite someone in to do sumi-e painting in the mansion, for instance, and teach.
What kind of painting is that?
Japanese brush painting.
Oh.
And they will teach our patrons about that tradition and how to incorporate some of that into their own artwork if they're a budding artist.
Oh, so, and this is really for all ages, I imagine, right?
Yes. If you're a family with young children, we have lots of programs that focus on hands-on arts activities. You can learn how to do art or play an instrument. Another surprising thing about Strathmore is we have 7 nonprofit arts partners who live in the building with us and offer lots of classes.
Yeah, so I really want to get into all that and more, and we're going to continue speaking with Monica Jeffries Hazangeles, the president of Strathmore. We're going to take a short, quick break. I'm Nira Berry, and this is Happy and Healthy, so come right back.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. The pressure's too much. I quit.
I get it. I can do better. Just please
Don't leave.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Nira Berry, and you're watching Happy and Healthy. And so let's continue. We're speaking with the president of Strathmore, Monica Jeffries Hazangeles. Thank you so much. And so let's continue. You were, speaking about all the different programs that Strathmore does with other sponsors and other programs.
Yes, our partners in the building.
Okay.
It's a big place. We needed lots of partners, and we're very fortunate to have 7 other nonprofit arts partners. The Baltimore Symphony Orchestra is in residence, the National Philharmonic, Levine Music, Washington Performing Arts, City Dance, Interplay, and the Young Artists of America.
Wow, so that's a lot. So so that's amazing. So can you tell me about the different ones just a little bit that people should know? And I know there's a lot going on at Strathmore. There really is. Besides the performances, they have this. So.
Yes, and you can patrons can go to our website and get the schedule of events, and they can drill down on each of the partners as well, and whatever is of interest to them. So they can read the whole menu right there.
Okay.
But by having so many partners with us in the building, we're able to really offer a very vast array of things that our patrons might like to explore. If it's classical music, they can subscribe to the Baltimore Symphony or the National Philharmonic. The Washington Performing Arts brings wonderful world-class artists to the stage, and solo artists from all different genres. Our education partners, City Dance and Levine Music, offer classes and workshops and lessons in musical instruments. You can come and learn. They have students.
For all ages? Or?
All ages.
Really?
They have students from 9 months to 90-something.
I thought that was just for younger children. I didn't realize that. Really?
No, it's a community music school, and that was very important to us when we were choosing partners to be in the building with us. We want everyone in the community to be able to partake of what we're offering.
Seems like there's something for everybody in this building.
Yes,
It really is. So it's amazing. And I know that you have some annual events that you have there as well. Do you want to tell us about that?
We do. Well, we've already mentioned the Live on the Lawn concerts that families come to every summer.
Yeah, and what I didn't even know myself was that, like, after the outdoor concerts that you show movies.
We do. We're in partnership with Comcast and the National Institutes of Health and offer 3 feature film movies at the end of the summer in August on a big screen outdoors. That's an annual event as well. The museum shop around, many of your listeners and viewers will know. We've been doing that for a couple of decades now. It's hard to believe. We invite museum shops from all over the Washington region to come to Strathmore for 4 days of nonstop shopping right before the holidays. And many people love to come to that event. We also have an annual Uke and Guitar Summit. Ukulele, you can come. Anyone from beginner to advanced can come and learn how to play ukulele or guitar in a week-long intensive menu of classes and instruction from wonderful artists from all over the country. And then the summertime ends up with a big ukulele concert on the lawn, and everybody brings their own instrument and strums along.
Fun. That sounds like there would be a lot of really fun, high energy for that.
Yes.
That sounds amazing. So tell me a little bit about the mansion, because that's like a separate building, right? And separate events go on there.
That's correct. The mansion is historic. It was built in 1902 and serves as our primary visual arts center. So we have art exhibitions that rotate every 6 to 8 weeks there. We have chamber music concerts. We have tea on Tuesday and Wednesday afternoons. It's quite civilized, really lovely. We have themed teas, and we also have teas for children. We just had a teddy bear tea not too long ago.
Nice. And I bet you for Mother's Day.
Absolutely, yes. All the celebrations of your life can be accommodated at the mansion. We have a wonderful gift shop too, with curated items from artists. Most everything is handmade or made by an artist, and it's just fabulous.
So these exhibitions in the mansion, are they free to the public?
They are, yes. There's no admission charge to come to the mansion and see any of the art exhibitions. We have some concerts offered by our partners free of charge. The music in the mansion is a modest fee for a ticket price. So we pride ourselves on having lots of things that are accessible and affordable for everybody.
And who usually partakes in that? Like, do you find like families or?
We do have families who come. We also have some folks who just particularly love one of those aspects, either the tea room or the art exhibitions, and you'll see them coming back week after week or every month to see what's happening and what's new. We have lots of members of our senior community involved with Strathmore as well. We have partnerships with 4 different senior residences around the county, and we take programming to the senior residences as well as welcome those folks to the mansion and to the music center and to AMP. We see them there at AMP as well.
So just getting back to the exhibitions, can you give me an example of some of the exhibitions that might be there? Like, are they are they the whole mansion, or are they one room? What kind of exhibitions could they expect?
They are. Most of our art exhibitions are on both floors of the mansion. You might see an exhibition about miniature painting. We have had furniture exhibitions. We have had a juried show by our artist members, Strathmore artists, where we feature the work of our entire membership, and it's a juried exhibition. The Colored Pencil Society is there right now. The Watercolor Society comes. So it's very diverse.
Yeah, that sounds so interesting. And So if, as far as like the exhibition, if you had the watercolors, you have like watercolor paintings, is that?
Yes, we have all different kinds of art media.
Yeah.
We've had sculpture as well. If we have specific media, we might also invite an artist to come and demonstrate during tea. Again, really wanting to bring the artist and the patron close together so that you can ask questions and learn things that a regular audience member might not have a chance to.
And you coordinate some classes also with the exhibition, is that correct?
We do.
Yeah.
We try to plan programs where both students, adults, families together can get some experience trying their hand at a particular art medium, whether it's watercolor or we just had some color pencil exhibition and classes that went along with that.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. There's just a lot going on. And I know you just mentioned about the seniors, that you actually go to senior centers?
We do. We have partnerships with 4 senior residences around the county. And so we'll take artists in residence from our Artists in Residence program to go and perform specific concerts. We've also taken art teachers and teaching artists there to give classes. So there's a menu of things that the residents at the center can enjoy, and they can also then come to Strathmore and enjoy programs as well.
Well, it sounds like you really aim to please, like for all different ages and different walks of life and different various interests. I mean, really, it's, there's a lot there.
There is.
And so, beyond the actual Strathmore, center, the building, and the mansion, you have another facility called AMP.
We do. It's a little nightclub at Pike and Rose. It seats about 200, and we have the most eclectic menu of things there, from comedy to jazz to bluegrass to world music. Again, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But it's terrific, and it's actually sparking some nightlife here in Montgomery County. And it was our first venture off campus, and we have.
What was the decision behind that to to do something like that?
Well, we take our mission to serve the entire county very seriously, and we don't want everyone always having to come to campus to enjoy our offerings. And so it was important for us to be in the community. We wanted to be a living amenity in that new development, and so we're bringing live performance there.
And how long has that been going on? Like
2 years.
Just 2 years,
yes, we
right?
opened in 2015, and we have since gone off campus again over to East Montgomery County, where we are getting programs in schools and in community centers. We're working with the Department of Recreation.
Wow. Well, let's just hold that thought.
Yeah.
I want to go back to AMPS because there's so much there for people, and it's a really amazing thing because you not only have music, you also have comedy shows.
We do.
Yeah. So give me an example of like a typical person or two that might enjoy something like that. Like
goodness. Well,
because when do you have performances there?
Performances happen most frequently on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings.
Okay.
Although we're starting to branch out a little bit from there too. But if you love improv or comedy and want to even maybe try your hand at it and want to learn what it's like being on stage.
Are there classes?
Nope, not classes yet, but they can certainly come and watch some comedians who are up and coming and get a sense of what they've been through in their careers, because many of them talk about that from the stage.
Oh, they do? So they don't just do the comedy show. They don't just perform, they also talk about things?
They do. They talk about their life, how they got into comedy, and a little bit about themselves. And that makes it really personal and fun.
Wow.
We have lots of bluegrass lovers who come and enjoy artists from all over the region in bluegrass as well.
So, and you were talking about this initiative that you're doing, the East County Initiative.
Yes.
You want to just tell me, we're going to wrap up in a second, but just tell me a little bit about that quickly?
We are partnering with our residents in East Montgomery County to amplify the arts that are there already, but also bring some of what Strathmore has to offer.
With a building, or you have people going to different facilities?
No, we are using what's in the neighborhood. So we're in faith communities and churches, we're at recreation centers, we're in schools. It's really turning out to be very vibrant.
So I thank you so much. You've really given out so much great information. So if people want to find out more information about Strathmore and all the wonderful activities and beyond, I mean, my gosh, it's a whole world there. I can go on and on with questions for you. There's so much more I want to know. But how do they find out?
They can go to our website, www.strathmore.org. They can also call the ticket office directly at 301-581-5100.
Okay, great, great. Well, and I just wanted to ask you, since you have the ability to see everything and anything that's out there, what would be your favorite type of show or performance to go to?
Oh boy, that's a tough one, but I really love the solo artist on stage.
Oh yeah?
Talking through their music directly to us.
Oh,
it's
yes,
really
you're
special.
a musician at heart, yes. Well, I thank you so much for being my guest today. You've really given us so much information about how we can enrich our lives and with music and the arts, and whether or not we come to you or you come out to different places. And so I really encourage everybody to really check out Strathmore and find out what they have. So we're going to be right back. We're going to take a short break, and I'm going to come back with my Good to Know segment. Hi, welcome. I'm Nira Berry, life and happiness coach, and your host of Happy and Healthy. And now I'm going to share with you what's good to know. So, you know, there's that old adage that money can't buy happiness. And as a life coach, I can tell you that's mostly true. But there was just a study from Harvard Business School that shows that if you spend money on buying yourself more free time, that actually creates less stress for you and actually greater perceived happiness. So if I offered you right now just $40 to go buy something, what would you spend your money on? I'm guessing it probably wouldn't be to buy more free time. But you don't have to actually spend money on it. But you know, you can actually just create more free time if you looked at your schedule. And I work with many clients with time management, and I know that you can carve out something even if you look at your schedule, even for like a few minutes. I'm sure you could find 15 minutes to maybe take a little walk. Maybe you could find a half hour to maybe partake in a hobby. So I challenge you to see if you can find your own free time. And let me know how that works out for you. You know, because time is money, as I say, and time is valuable. So let me know how that works out. You can reach me here at happyandhealthytv@gmail.com. I'm Nira Berry, your host, and this is Happy and Healthy. Have a happy day.